I have to record, the people cannot attend right now. Okay. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Airiyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Savvasanam, Eso Panchanamokaro, Tapapapanasanam, Lanjasavisim, Padhamamahavai Mangalam. Okay. So today, that much only. Okay. Today we are going to learn a new topic. Okay. The new topic about Bhagwan and Teerthankar. Teerthankar and Bhagwan. Okay. So how many of you have heard the word Bhagwan before? Just hands up. I'm not going to ask anyone individually. And how many of you have heard the word Teerthankar before? Okay. So looks like all of us. Did you hear the word Bhagwan and Teerthankar before on? Yes. So what is Bhagwan?
स्वरूपा दी, सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट यू, एक चीज जरूर अच्छे से समझा देना, क्योंकि जैसे आगम के डैड उसको ये सिखाते हैं कि भगवान डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, तो वो हमेशा मेरे से ये आर्ग्यू करता है और हमारी वो बात चलती है। तो आप आज इस क्लास में बता देना कि क्या है भगवान और भगवान एग्जिस्ट करते हैं या नहीं करते हैं, और जैनिज्म और भगवान को हम कैसे रिलेट कर सकते हैं हमारे जैनिज्म के टर्म्स में।
ओके, I'll try my best.
Thank you.
Okay. So what comes to our mind when we say Bhagwan or God? What comes? Can anyone tell me? No. लिखना नहीं, खड़े हो जा। हाँ, Ira, go ahead, please.
We want to pray for God.
We want to pray for the God. But can anyone tell me who is a God? How do I? Yes, Tanmay?
So Bhagwan or God is like they attain moksha and become a Siddhu Bhagwan or something.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think of Bhagwan is like a God like it's a soul in the moksha or some God meditating.
Or the God meditating. Okay. So yeah, that's a good identification. Okay. Who is God? Somebody who is Arihant. We say Namokar mantra, right? Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam. What it means? Arihant, I bow down to Arihant and I bow down to Siddh. So Arihant and Siddh both are gods. Okay. Arihant Parmeshthi or Arihant Bhagwan is the one that we see the idol in our temple. So whoever is sitting like with their closed eyes and hand on top of the hand and leg on top of the leg, sitting like this inside the temple that you see, that is Arihant Parmeshthi. Okay. And without any body, just the soul is the Siddha Bhagavan. And he is there in the Siddhashila, which we consider moksha, that the God has gone to moksha. Okay? And what moksha means is that now that soul, that particular soul is never gonna come back to this world, meaning they will not be born and they will not have any death anymore. They will not go through this birth and death cycle anymore. That is the moksha. Okay. Now we'll talk about whether God is there or not later on. But what I want to focus today is what is the difference between Bhagwan and Teerthankar, or what are the similarities between Bhagwan and Teerthankar? Because most of the time, this Teerthankar and Bhagwan, both the terms are used interchangeably. Means we call Teerthankar Bhagwan also and Teerthankar also. But there are some differences that we should know. What is the difference between the word Bhagwan and the word Teerthankar? Okay, and that's the whole reason why we are learning about this today. Okay, so if you see on my screen, everybody should see the screen I'm sharing. If you look at the word Teerthankar here and then the image right below the word Teerthankar, you see the similar idols in our temple, right? As Teerthankar, they will have this sign associated with them, and they are sitting like this in the temple. When we go to temple, we say Namokar mantra to them and all that. And then this also we see in our temple. If you have ever noticed, when we go to our Milpitas temple, when we are facing the god on the left side, you will see Bahubali Bhagwan idol over there in the standing position. Okay, not in the sitting position, in the standing position. And you will see all these vines going all over his body. And then how many of you have seen this idol in our temple? Have you noticed this? Okay, Priyanshu says he has noticed. Okay. Who else? I don't see any other hands going up. Stuti. Yes. That is the Bahubali Bhagwan. Okay. Now, the first question that I asked, and they are also asking in the slide, who is called God? How do we know who is God? Okay, there are so many in this world. Different people belonging to different communities have different God. Okay, and they all worship many different types of God. But how do we know who is the true God and whom do we want to worship? Okay, so those who are Vitaragi and Sarvagya are Bhagwan. There are two qualities that are must in Bhagwan. One is Vitaragi and second is Sarvagya. So the God has to have these two qualities. One is Vitaragi and the second one is Sarvagya. Okay, everybody got these two things first? Those who are Vitaragi and Sarvagya are Bhagwan. Okay, what are the two things? Can anybody tell me? Yes, Agam, unmute yourself and then talk. Okay.
Vitaragi and Sarvagya.
Very good.
Didi,
Anyone else? Anyone else wants to say? What are the two things that are must for the Bhagwan? Yes, Ira, go ahead.
Vitaragi and Sarvagya.
Vitaragi and Sarvagya. Okay, we will learn about the meaning shortly, but I just want everyone to understand these two words first. Vitaragi and Sarvagya. Those who are Vitaragi and Sarvagya are Bhagwan. Now, the question arises, what does Vitaragi mean? What does Vitaragi mean? Okay, let's learn. What does Vitaragi mean? So one who does not have attachment, hatred, and moha. What does it mean by not having any attachments? Do you guys have any attachments?
Yes.
Yes. What are we attached to? What do you feel attached to?
Family.
Family. Anything else?
Friends.
Friends. Bending. What do you feel attached to? You don't know? You're not attached to anything? A TV? Anyone is attached to TV? Or electronics? Or video games? Or, let me think, toys? Or, what else? Cool gadgets? Is this all attachments?
Yes.
These are all attachments? What else is an attachment?
Let me think of the movie. I need to think of something.
Are you attached to them physically?
No.
No? Then how do you feel attached?
Something that you really like and you don't want to go away or break or something.
Something that you really like and you don't want it to go away, like an iPad or cell phone or computer or toys or a very cool car or a good teacher or friends or family, parents. Parents.
You got this.
So it looks like we're attached to so many things.
Family is not lose.
Family we cannot lose.
Friends we cannot lose.
Okay, so that is attachment is rag. Rag means that you like something and you don't want it to go away from you. Okay, does it make sense? What is rag? Rag is, or attachment is, that you have something, you like it, and you don't want it to go away. It could be anything. It could be food. It could be as simple as just your opinion about things. Once you have opinion about something and you think that it's a good opinion and it's your opinion, that's why it is so important. It is very hard to let go or understand other people's perspective too. So that is at a minor level. But since it's a kids class, we will not go deep into the thoughts and stuff. But as of now, you can just think about it as that having rag, having attachment towards anything, and having the opposite feelings also, meaning dvesh, hatred. So whatever you don't feel attached to, not necessarily you will hate, but if you don't like something, you always want it to go away from you. Meaning, if you are in the situation that you don't like, or if you don't like clothes, or you don't like food, you don't want to be around those things that you don't like because you hate them. Okay? So, who is God? God does not have attachment and hatred. So, he doesn't like, basically, he doesn't have likings or disliking. Meaning, any given situation or anything that you put the God into, they will not have any opinion about whether they like it or they don't like it. They will not have thumbs up or thumbs down. There is nothing like that. No opinion whatsoever. It's a neutral state. Do you feel like you have been neutral about anything? Can you be neutral about anything in your life? In the day-to-day life, do you feel neutral about anything where you don't have any kind of feeling for anything, whether you like or not like? Hmm? Most of the time, whatever we see or do, we always think of it as, oh, I like it or I don't like it. We never really stay neutral about anything. We like to give out our opinion. The picture I like or I don't like. Food, either I like or I don't like. There is no midway for us. Very few would have that midway where, okay, I don't have any opinion about it. It is okay if it is, I mean, it is just there. I don't really like it. I don't really dislike it. So it's a very neutral state that is hard to achieve. Okay. And the most important one is the moha. So this likings, meaning rag, attachment, and dvesh, meaning hatred, they both are originated by moha. What is moha? Moha is delusion. So something that makes you not see the things clearly is what moha is. For example, if you are sitting in a room and you have to see across into another room and there is a door, okay, and on the door, on top of the door, there is like a very thin curtain, let's say. And now if you have to see across, you have to see through that curtain. And that curtain, whatever you see outside of that curtain, it makes it very hard for you to see clearly. That is what moha is. Moha will always make you think not the way the reality is. Okay? That's why moha is very, very dangerous. How do I explain this is? Hmm? You can. I cannot? But I have to. But then just, you know what you actually do.
So, moha is when you don't have any opinion of anything, right?
No. Moha is the one that makes you think like opposite of how the things are. For example, let's we learned that body is a jeev and soul is jeev, and soul is inside this body, right? And these two are separate. So that's the reality, that soul is different, body is different. But if you think of anyone around us or including us, how many times we think that in our day? Meaning, how many of us think that every minute of day that soul is separate and body is separate? We don't really. We are so much attached that we think that we are the body. So if something happens to the body, we get worried. We want good clothes to put on it. It is because we have so much attachment to it. And that comes from the moha, that delusion that we have, that I am the body and body is the me. So that is the delusion. And from this delusion comes the attachment towards the body, that I have to keep it healthy, I have to feed it good food, I have to look nice, I have to present myself better, because when we think that when people sees us, our body, that means they are seeing us. But soul is invisible. right? But we don't really think that way. And why we don't think that way is because of the moha, because it creates the delusion for us. Does it make sense? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. And all our likings and dislikings are originated from that. So as long as moha is there is no way that we can get rid of this rag and dvesh or likings or disliking towards things. For that, the moha has to go first. Okay? So here in this slide, explain what is rag, what is dvesh, and what is moha. Okay? So what is rag? Rag is getting attached to something. And dvesh is opposite to it, getting averted towards anything that's not according to our belief or knowledge. But what is moh is wrong conscience. Conscious?
What does that mean?
Conscience?
What does that mean?
I don't know. Let me see if how to pronounce it first.
Thing. Yeah.
First, let me see how to pronounce it.
What's this? One thing. It was bad.
I'm sorry? Conscious.
It's conscious.
It was bad.
Conscious. Okay. I learned something new today. Conscious. So, what is more wrong conscious or subconscious beliefs are the real delusions.
What do you mean?
Hmm?
Nothing.
So they explain it here like conscious. Conscious meaning. Oh, why am I getting videos? Oh, because I am in the videos. There is no all. What the?
I went in the video.
This maps news. Why I do get this? Oh, okay. Aware of and responding to one's surroundings. Awake and fully aware of or sensitive to. Maybe awareness, just awareness. That's what it is. Wrong conscious. Basically, wrong understanding of the things that are around you. That is what it means. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to explain it in English. What is moha? Moha is the literal meaning is attachment actually. But here the attachment we are using for rag. I would say rag and dvesh is liking and disliking, and moha is like when you are attached to things. That would be moha. So, any question for this one?
No.
Are we clear? Is it clear somewhat?
I'm not fully clear of what moha means.
So another word for moha is mithyatva. It is in our scriptures mostly they give the example that how when somebody is high or if you consume something or if you are high on some medication where you kind of lose your ability to think. That is what how the moha is. It basically it takes away your ability to see the way the things are, and it makes you delusional about it. That is what moha is. I might be able to explain it in a better way if there are any more slides in here that explains it. But moha is basically mithyatva, where we feel that where we don't have the right knowledge of the things, meaning We don't know what soul is. We don't know what body is. We don't know what jeev is. We don't know what ajeev is. How they are separated. We don't know what the 6 dravyas are. The real nature of those dravyas. That is what all falls under moha. It is
So
because of moha we don't know all this.
So it means, moha means that you don't fully know something.
It is not actually you fully don't know, but class will end at 8 o'clock in 10 minutes, okay? No, not 3 minutes. We have time. It's Priyanshu, it's not about not knowing. It's about knowing something else. You know what I'm saying? When you say you're delusional, meaning you do have the knowledge, but that knowledge is not right, is what it is. Meaning, considering the body as a soul, that's a knowledge that you have, but it's a wrong thing to know, right? So if we think that, okay, I am picking up this phone and I'm calling somebody, I am doing it as a soul. That is a delusion. Okay? Soul cannot touch the cell phone. The body is touching the phone. And it is picking it up and talking. The soul doesn't have voice. It is body's function. But when we think about it, how we think that I talked, I played, I made food, right? Or I studied, I am a good person. All these things where we think about I, these are all we associate with the this what do you call it? We all these we associate with yourself, but you yourself is a soul. These are all not your tasks. But it is very hard for us to see it separated from that. That is what the delusion means. Even though we know that we are separated from the body in our day-to-day things, we are not able to think past it, which our gods were able to do. And that is how they became God, because they actually realized the true nature of the soul, which is not all these likings and disliking, and all the kashayas and everything also happens because of all this delusion that we have. We think that we are earning money. We have not learned about all the karma theories and anything like that in this class because we just started. But we'll learn as we go that what kind of delusion we have, how we get whatever we got in this life, how did we get Manushya or what kind of karmas gives us like good life versus bad life. But we associate all of that with us, which is a soul, but it is all attached to the body, not the soul. So that is the delusion. Having we know things, but we just don't know the right things is what the delusion is. Does that make sense? So to find that, you have to kind of remove all these other attachments, rag, dvesh, and then see with the neutral mind what we are actually trying to see here. Anyway, got little boring. 8:10 until 8:10 we have the class. Okay. Okay. But for now, let's just remember that who is God? The God is supposed to be somebody who is Vitaragi and Sarvagya. And who is Vitaragi? Somebody who does not have Moha, Rag, and Dvesh. Okay, who is Vitaragi? Who does not have Moha, Rag, and Dvesh. Who can answer this? Who is Vitaragi? Who is Vitaragi? No hands up. Stuti, you want to say? No? Someone? Yes. Tanmay and Tanu, both hands are up. Yes, go ahead.
Vitaragi is the one who does not have moh, rag, or dvesh, and is Bhagwan or
No. We are
No.
just talking about who is Vitaragi. Somebody who does not have moh, rag and dvesh. Okay? Because that's the... So first we learn who is Bhagwan. Bhagwan is somebody who is Vitaragi and Sarvagya. And then we learned who is Vitaragi. So someone who does not have moha, rag and dvesh is Vitaragi. So that is the definition of Vitaragi. What is the definition of Vitaragi? Anybody else wants to say?
Can I say?
Yeah.
Someone that has does not have rag, moh, or dvesh.
Yeah, moha, rag, dvesh, or you can also say like attachments, hatred and delusion. Okay. Okay. So that is the definition of Vitaragi. Is it easy to be Vitaragi?
No,
No. Why do you think it's not easy?
because we all have attachments.
We have attachments.
And it's hard to get rid of the attachment.
Yes, Ira.
It is not easy to let go of the things that we love.
It is not easy to
Let go of the things that we love.
let go of the things that we want. That's a good point. Anyone else?
No.
Try to be Vitaragi for one day. Can we try that? Okay, I will not like anything today. I will not dislike anything today, and I will not be attached to anything. One day. Can we do that for one day, Stuti? You raised your hand. No? Okay. Yes, who else raised their hands? You cannot do that for one day. So one day, just get up from the bed and tell your parents, I am going to be Vitaragi today.
I'm not going to do that.
Don't bother me. Can you do that?
Never. I never do that.
Never do that?
Never.
Why not? Then how will you practice? See, in Jainism, in our Jain,
I said never.
okay, in the Jain religion or in Jainism, whatever we are learning today, that is the only path that tells you that you can become a god. But for that, you have to be Vitragi first. So why can't you be Vitragi? Tell me. Okay. At least try. Okay. Try to be neutral. It is okay. Let's not talk about moha, but see if you can be neutral about anything. Okay. So we will continue in the next class. Okay. We are almost not out of time. We still have 2 minutes. So I will just recap what we learned and then we'll start with the revision when we meet in the next class. Okay. So we learned the definition of Bhagwan. Who is Bhagwan? Whoever is Vitaragi and Sarvagya is Bhagwan. Okay, Agam, you can tell your dad the definition, who is Vitaragi and Sarvagya is Bhagwan. That's what I learned today. And then the rest of it you can teach later. And what is Vitaragi? The one who does not have Rag, Dvesh and Moh. He is the Vitaragi. Now in the next class, we will learn who is Sarvagya. Okay. The definition of Sarvagya, and then you will have a clear picture of what Bhagwan actually is. Okay? So I'll see you next Wednesday. Till then, Jai Jinendra everyone.
Bye. Bye.
Yes, Janine. Jai Jinendra.